Well, hello and welcome to Deep Messages. I'm Cynthia Stott, international speaker mentor, best-selling author, and the creator of thespeakersummit.com. And I'm here with Ms. CJ Jones. Hi, CJ.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi, everyone.
And Ms. Iris Stallworth-Grayling.
Hi, Cynthia. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today.
And Sumaya O'Grady.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi. Ladies, I'm so happy to be with you here today on this first Google Hangout we've ever done together. I'm so excited. Awesome. And the four of us are really focused on helping our clients to connect more deeply with their soul and their inner knowing and guidance and themselves and others. That's really what ties us all together. We're very soul connected, and we're sharing that with our clients. And we're going to ask each other a few questions today and share about our work, and especially around how our work connects with joy. So great. So CJ, can you introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and why you do it? I think this is the most important, your why.
Yes, absolutely, Cynthia. I'm Carolyn C.J. Jones, a quiet joy mentor and the founder of the Change Your Story, Change Your Life programs. I do what I do because I spent 30 of my adult years in a story of bitterness and anger, resentment. I was very upset over my upbringing, and I stayed stuck in that story until the age of 48. I had drank throughout the course of that 30 years to numb my pain. And when I got sober, shortly after I got sober, I discovered forgiveness. That place of forgiveness was just the most awesome place to be. It still is to this day. And I want to share that with other women. I want to help them change their story so they can change their life. That's why I do what I do, to help other women.
Beautiful, CJ.
Thank you.
And Iris, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do and why you do what you do?
Yes, Cynthia, thank you. I'm Empress Iris Stallworth-Grayling, and I am an empowerment guide and a joy facilitator. And what I absolutely adore is guiding women over 40 to truly, fully own their magnificence. I think of it as, in fact, I want to tell you why I call myself Empress Iris. I chose a title of Empress because it represents having sovereignty over your life, really feeling in charge of your destiny and feeling that you are empowered. And so I also like to invite other women and also other men as well and people to really step into owning their unique gifts, their superpowers, the things that they do well, and to be able to honor it and celebrate it. And that's why I choose to do what I do. And there is something magnificently special about watching someone fully blossom. You know, when you see a beautiful bud and the essence of the bud and the flower energy is already there, but there's something about the blooming process that is, it's exhilarating to watch and to participate in, and so that's what truly lights me up. I love that work.
Beautiful. Thank you, Iris. And Sumaya, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do and why you do what you do?
Yes, thank you, Cynthia. I'm Sumaya O'Grady, and I'm a soul alchemist. And the work that I love doing so much is to guide speakers and leaders to go deeper within for a level of confidence that is truly soul deep, a confidence that's unshakable. And the reason I do this, it's strange. I don't really have a choice. I feel like this is what I was designed to do. When I look back on my life, all the huge challenges I had and the things that held me back perfectly designed me to do the work that I'm doing, and I can see everything as having led to where I am now. And so that's great. So I'm doing what I'm doing because it is just the fruition of everything in my life which has brought me here. And I feel really deeply inspired to guide other people into getting through all the obstacles so that they can then experience the depth of their soul and the confidence that comes from that.
Thank you so much, Sumaya. That was just beautiful and so apropos for most of us who are doing our mission work, our calling, the calling we have in our heart. We really do it because we can't do anything else. We can't not do it. In fact,
Yeah.
when we try to not do it, we usually got sick.
That's exactly true. Thank you for saying that so well. And Cynthia, what is the reason? Tell us what you do and why it is that you do what you do.
Like I said a little earlier, I am an international speaker mentor, and I guide mission-driven or people with a purpose, a calling, or a mission, even if you don't know exactly what it is, but you know you have a calling and you want to make a difference in this world. I help you to go deeper into your soul and retrieve the message from your heart and soul, the message that is burned upon your heart, so that you can share that with your people. And it's such a compelling message when we deepen into that message from our soul. I don't care what your message is, it's compelling. And it's particularly compelling to the people that you're meant to serve most. And I like to say it's like you have a magnet to get that needle in the haystack. Best way to get a needle in the haystack is to take a magnet and boom, you've got your needle right away. You don't have to dig through all of that hay. And I was digging through hay a lot until I deepened into the message of my soul for my people, and that is speakers who really want to share the message from their soul. And when I've been doing that, I found that my people really were waiting for me. And I always say, your people are waiting for you. In fact, they're praying for you. And you could be the answer to their prayers. And why I do what I do is just like Sumaya, I can't not do it. And it thrills my soul and my heart, and my whole being becomes blissful when I help people to really connect with that deepest message in their heart and see how everything they've ever done weaves together through their passions into a passion quilt that lies below the surface, so they can truly serve the people that they're meant to serve. And this is why I do what I do, because it thrills my soul. Thank you. Awesome, ladies. And we have another thing in common, and that is joy. So I'd love to ask you, CJ, what's the role of joy in your work?
Thank you, Cynthia. I work with people in a 6-step process, and the end result is joy. We get there through the process of identifying blocks, things that are standing in your way, and then we work through them, we process them. We then evolve to empowerment, and in that process, we look at forgiveness pretty closely, so that it's that relief and release that one feels when they forgive that brings them joy. It's a quiet joy that I work with, which is the type of joy that's always running in the background automatically. It comes from a place of being very centered and well grounded. That's the role that joy plays in my work. I work with quiet joy.
And would you explain what you mean by quiet joy? Because I know that has a very special meaning for you, and I'd love for you to share that with our viewers.
Yes, well, it's a very grounded feeling and a very deep knowingness that all is all right, that there is great joy and happiness, contentment deep within, and it manifests as a joy that's ever present.
Like running in the background. I love it.
In the background, yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And Iris, what role does joy play in your work?
Well, for me, I'm reminded of a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh, that wonderful spiritual leader. And when I came across it, it really, really touched me deeply. The words that said, "May I be able to recognize and touch the seeds of joy." It went to a deep place inside because it spoke to my work, and what I invite my clients to do is to slow down enough where they recognize the different faces of joy that happens in everyday things. And also, of course, there's the joy that happens when there's a celebration of something that's extraordinary. And that is a beautiful thing. But sometimes there is a way that the small, everyday, wonderful things of joy can get missed unless you take some consciousness to slow down and recognize it. I'm thinking of when you're walking and you come across a flower that just takes your breath away. Or outside my balcony window, I'll see a hummingbird. and they're ways that I work with my clients to identify for them how they would elevate moments of joy. And there is something about sitting with the experience that deepens the experience. And so I have a video series called Seeds of Joy that distills some of those moments into their essence, and I hope that they will inspire all of us to connect more with joy. And joy is the exuberant, wonderfully high energy joy, as well as the joy of having a willingness to go through a challenging process. Also the joy of connecting deeply with someone where you feel really seen. So there are many aspects of joy, and that's what I help my clients do.
Beautiful, Iris. Love that. Thank you so much. And now, Sumaya, how about you? What role does joy play in your work?
I've come to understand that joy is really the natural state of human beings, and that the joy that lives deep within our souls, it's always been there, And I don't distinguish joy from unconditional love. For me, the concepts are pretty intertwined. And because it's the natural state, what I have come to understand is the reason we don't always experience it is our belief systems. You know, we go through, come out as a joyous infant in many cases, and then one belief after another gets piled on, and pretty soon there's this sense that, well, the person feels I'm not enough in some way. And this really covers over our access to joy. And that's one of the biggest things that I work with in my clients. That's where I start. Because I work with speakers and leaders, and if they're in a state of doubting themselves or feeling that they're not enough in some way, that's going to cause a big inner conflict because they're usually really mission-driven people. And they know what their mission is, but then trying to activate it, the conflict gets in the way. And as I help them go through that, then that unleashes joy. As the limiting belief gets released, they return more to their natural state. And my process does take people deeper into their souls. So it's the joy is just the natural state that emerges. And it is, I think it does also involve forgiveness. I think I really agree with CJ on that. Often there's a big piece for forgiveness. But whatever it is that causes the inner conflict, that's where the joy gets unleashed once that's healed.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love that you said the natural state is joy. I think many of us haven't experienced that as a natural state, in an ongoing state in our culture. Currently, that's not the natural state in general, but I really see us as moving towards that this year and over the next 5 years. I think we're really going to head toward much more natural states of love, peace, and joy.
I'm so excited about that happening.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's that magnificent that the world is evolving. We are evolving. It's all raising up the energy together.
Yeah. Yes, all of us are, all of us out there listening who are divine messengers who have an inspired message. And Cynthia, what is the role of joy in your work?
Thank you, Sumaya. Well, I think joy is the secret sauce in our business. And I think when we tap into our passion, that automatically brings up our joy. And so, like I said earlier, I see our passions as these threads, these passion threads that weave together into this beautiful passion quilt that lies usually below the surface. And when we can deepen into the message from our heart and soul, we can really see that passion quilt. And we can see all the things that make our hearts sing, even if they seem completely opposite and different from, you know, like me and my background, from loving statistics and data and analyzing to loving to kitesurf and windmills, because that's about taking the unseen and turning it into power, which is who I really am. To one of my clients that said, I love to build sandcastles, build a business out of that. And there were 8 different ways she could fold that into her current business and get paid to build sandcastles. So I think when we are joyful and we are bringing that passion into our everyday life and our work, then that really is the secret sauce to creating our ultimate success. And success to me means that we're really happy and peaceful and feel like our contribution to the world really matters. Whether we're talking to one person or thousands, what we do, say, and feel matters. Great. Thank you. And next question now, CJ. How do you help people access joy? And we just have a few minutes here, so let's keep our answers really short. How do you help people access joy?
Well, I take them through the yippee method.
I love that. Yippee!
Yippee, I'm going to experience more joy, and I'm going to change my life. Basically, we identify blocks. We yearn to change. We identify blocks. We practice the process of change, and we evolve to empowerment. Yes.
Yippee.
Yippee is right.
Beautiful. And how about you, Iris?
I help clients recognize their wisdom, their beauty, their strength that they already possess. And I think it's very liberating to discover that it's not that you are lacking in something. It's when you have the experience of going deeply inside and discovering it's already there. And it's just waiting to be unleashed. And that's an exhilarating experience to realize you already have so much wonderful qualities and to really touch those deeply. And that, to me, is touching the essence of your soul.
Beautiful, beautiful. And how about you, Sumaya? How do you help people access joy?
Well, I look at limiting beliefs as like walking around with sandbags.
I love that.
And as I help people clear those beliefs, first we have to see what they are and figure out that they're not true. And then as people begin to walk through that process, they enter a deeper, more soul-based version of who they really are. And that's where their joy is. At that point, that's when the soul grows wings.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're able to fly, really fly. And that is a joyous experience. That's why one of my favorite symbols is the butterfly. You go from the larva struggling to get out of the cocoon, and then once you do, you fly free, and it's beauty and joy.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you, Sumaya.
So, Cynthia, how do you help your clients access joy?
I think the best way to connect with our joy is to connect with our souls, to really get ourselves quiet and inward. And so I'm a business medium, and I channel your higher self and your guides and guardians, angels, and even this beautiful being, which I know you've all have met, Divine Money. He's a golden light being that is like an angel, but he doesn't have wings. And he loves to dance, and I know he's danced with many of you and continues to dance with you. Beautiful. So I help people to really hear, see, feel, remember, and connect with their soul. And this brings such bliss and such joy. And in my Deepen Your Message program, which is Channel Calls, I actually bring heaven to earth, that energetic vibration of heaven to earth, and you feel that during the call. And every time you listen, even to the recording again and again and again, it's a real-time meeting with your soul in that heaven space, that space of peace and joy and understanding. So how I help you access joy is by connecting with your soul. Great. And last question here. How does accessing joy help your people, CJ?
This is a great question, Cynthia. Thank you for asking it. It helps with mainly relationships with others and themselves by making them more harmonious, free from resentment, free from anger, and so that my clients can connect with other people and themselves with great love and peace.
Great. Awesome. And how about you, Iris? How does accessing joy help your people?
Accessing joy is the portal into my client's power and self-love. And coming from that empowered place, they are released from being attached to having other people define who they are, or the messages that they may have gotten that actually keeps them from stepping into their full potential of making the kind of difference they want to make in the world. And I always think of joy and love as being dance partners.
Love it.
As you're more in joy, it opens your heart, and from an open heart, it lifts joy.
Beautiful, Iris. Thank you so much. And how about you, Sumaya? How does accessing joy help your people?
I like what Iris just said about the dance partners, because I feel that joy and love are inseparable. They're just like two sides of the same coin. I can't think about them separately. And when you're in that state of joy, love, it's really antithetical to being in a state of criticizing yourself, feeling self-doubt, and being inharmonious with other people. Sure, you notice things aren't perfect in the world, but you're not caught up by that because your joy lifts you up and makes you open-hearted and generous. Joy is a state of high generosity, and that's very charismatic. For leaders and speakers, you want to connect to people and to connect with yourself also. And joy facilitates that because all the things that would normally stop that are no longer present when you're in a state of joy, or joy love, as I say.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sumaya. Joy, love. I love that. A state of joy, love.
What about you, Cynthia? How do you feel accessing joy helps your clients?
Well, I really do think it's that secret sauce in our business. And I think that having that joy, and especially creating that joy through your message, and then sharing that message on the stage live or virtually or on the phone or one-to-one, that really joy helps to ignite your passion. And passion, I think, sells. I think it's the number one thing that sells, the passion and the enthusiasm that come from joy. And it's a vibration, too. That joy is a high vibration, and it magnetizes our people to us. So it's so amazing when we connect to that joy deep within, and we're in alignment with our soul, and we're sharing our message that's meant for our people. And it may not be for everyone. Your message actually isn't for everyone. It's for your people. And when you are speaking your message to your people, there is no greater joy than that, I believe. And that is the biggest way to attract your clients to you. So you don't have to search for them and hope for them and be disappointed that you're not seeing them. If you're in your message and in your joy, your people will find you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So this has been a really awesome interview, and I want to make sure that people that are listening to us can connect with us more fully, especially if what we were talking about and saying resonates with them. And so I know we all have some free gifts to give away, so I was wondering if you could give us the URL for your free gift and share a little bit about it so that people will be able to go and connect with you further. And CJ, would you like to share with us what your gift and where people can find it?
Absolutely, Cynthia. I have a free joy assessment. This is a two-part assessment. The first is a questionnaire that is completed, and then the second part is a 45-minute phone conversation with me in which we talk about what your goals are and dreams, where you are right now, where you'd like to end up, and we will devise a plan to help you get to that place that you want to be. And you would get it by going to CarolynCJJones.com. CarolynCJJones.com.
Great. And that has two J's right next to each other, right?
It does. And it's Carolyn with an L-Y-N.
So would you mind spelling for us one more time?
CarolynCJJones.com.
Great. Oh, and it's right on your screen. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. On your lower third. Love that. Great gift, CJ. Thank you so much. And how about you, Iris? What's your free gift and where can we find it?
My free gift is a 45-minute assessment called Joy Power Initiation. The Joy Power Initiation, and you will explore what you need to do to elevate your joy so that you can connect more fully with your power. And you can get this gift by contacting me at www.joyandpower.net.
And that's right there on the screen for us as well. I love that. Thank you, Iris. Awesome.
Thank you.
And Sumaya, how about you?
My free gift is on my website, and it is it's called, the first 3 steps of Soul Deep Confidence. I have a 7-step system. And the first 3 steps are really about how to work with limiting beliefs and to move into a deeper state of empowerment. And I include an exercise for soul connection in there. There are a lot of visualizations and self-help tools that are in the ebook, and so people can access that at right in front of you. It says souldeepconfidence.com, and you can just sign up for my ebook. And it also gives you instructions in the ebook for how to have a 30-minute assessment with me for Soul Deep Confidence. So you do the assessment, and then we talk for 30 minutes, and I just see how I can best clarify things for you and help you experience a deeper level of confidence.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sumaya. And for me, I have an ebook called The 7 Indicators That Your People Are Waiting for You. And that's where you can see how you really do have people waiting for you. Or maybe you're serving people, but maybe there's a deeper way that you can serve them. Maybe there's another level of people that you're meant to serve. And that ebook will help you with that, to really see maybe that you had a wound in your past. Oftentimes, our wound really leads to our deepest gifts. So you can access that at thespeakersummit.com, and again, that's right there on the screen for you, thespeakersummit.com, and click on free ebook to get the 7 indicators that your people are waiting for you. Awesome. So in the next few minutes for what we have left here, I would like for each of us to share just some parting words that come to our heart in the moment to share with our viewers. So CJ, what are your parting words?
I invite you to yearn to make a change in your life if you are having difficulties with an old story that's getting in your way. And I just invite you to look at options that are out there for you and consider going along on the path to forgiveness and joy, ultimately to joy.
Beautiful. Thank you, CJ. And how about you, Iris? What would you like to leave us with?
Joy is bountiful, and letting yourself recognize and touch those moments that bring you joy, so that that begins to expand into a fabric of how you live your life. As that happens, you also connect more deeply to your heart. And as I said, when you dance and are joyous, and it allows the power to flow through you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Iris. And Sumaya.
Sorry, I was just having so many ideas and thoughts, I couldn't think of which one to say. I got tongue-tied for a minute. I think it's just so important to remember that all of us have at our deepest nature is joy. It's the joy-love experience. It's really who we are at heart. And to not believe in the things that have covered that over, and to make it really an important task to begin to let go of those sandbags, so that we can then experience the wings of our joy. It's to do whatever deep exploration will help you step out of that and into your joy. It is the goal of all life to experience that deep joy. It's our birthright. And I want that for everyone.
Beautiful, beautiful. Just so amazing. And
Cynthia, I'm sorry, do you have any last things that you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'm just reflecting on all that you have said, CJ and Iris and Sumaya, just really touching. And I'm just so excited, and my heart is vibrating in this moment that we are here on planet Earth, right here, right now in 2015, which I believe is the most spectacular year to be a human in all of human history. And I think it's only going to get better from here, especially as we connect to our love joy, as Sumaya was saying. The more we experience that in ourselves and share that with others, the more our planet is going to vibrate with that high vibration of joy and love. So I am just so thrilled that the 3 of you are doing your purpose work. And for those of you that are viewing us, that you're doing your purpose work. Because whatever it is that brings you joy and passion and love and completeness, that's the thing you should do. to elevate the whole planet. It's not about choosing what's going to help others, but more what's going to really make your heart sing. Because we are waiting for your message. Without sharing your message that's as unique to you as your thumbprint is, the world will miss out. So bring yourself joy and allow that joy to expand to all you know and to the world.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us here. Thank you, CJ and Iris and Sumaya. It's been a real joy to me to be on this Google Hangout with you and to share our amazing messages. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye for now.